Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about Instagram. Now there's a million things when we talk about Instagram, but I want to talk to you about Instagram because that's one of those platforms that everybody's still trying to figure out how can they grow. So in this video, I might give you some information that's not necessarily popular, but I'm going to address some of the things that you're dealing with and why it is that you're having such a hard time with Instagram. So right off the bat, guys, check out my Instagram page and follow me. I just had to get that plug in there. No, but seriously, so here's something that I want you guys to think about. Now, I know you probably haven't heard too many people say this, but look, stop chasing the algorithm of Instagram. The reason why some of you are frustrated is because you're trying to chase the algorithm, and what you don't realize is the algorithm of Instagram, it's constantly changing. If you don't believe me, look at everybody that's out here making videos around Instagram. Their information is constantly changing, and some of them have decided to just give up on even talking about Instagram as a whole because Instagram's algorithm keeps changing. Now, they have a reason why they're doing these different things, especially because they want to be able to bring some type of ad revenue to people's like IGTVs and things like that. Right now, the way people make money from Instagram mostly is by them just being direct to whatever advertiser. So Instagram is trying to prep its platform to be able to take advertisers, kind of like YouTube, and then be able to place them on certain people's videos. So that way Facebook, which owns Instagram, gets the chance to make money. You already see on Facebook, they're already starting to do those things where you have the ads pop up and you can't even skip those. And so basically Facebook is starting to pull in revenue from that. Now we can talk about how you position yourself for something like that later, but let's just talk about this. So with chasing the algorithm and it keeps changing, it's hard for you to maintain it. Now the reason why I say don't chase the algorithm is because chasing the algorithm requires a lot of time and a lot of energy. Now you can do it if you can do it and it only be a healthy thing. Most people can't do it and to be healthy, and the reason why I say healthy, meaning that you don't go crazy. Now I understand in business totally that you got to work hard, you got to grind, that's what you got to do. However, if it's unhealthy to you and it starts to cause other serious problems or like mental breakdowns and depression and stuff like that, then it's not worth it. But if you can create a schedule around being able to fulfill the platform, which is like uploading all the time and things like that, then what happens is you'll be okay. But let me show you an example of what I mean. So right now for Instagram, a lot of people may think that the people that they're following them are going to see their stuff. Well, if the people who are following you don't see your stuff or don't interact with you on a regular basis, they're not going to see your posts. They literally have to be like, oh, what happened to Joe 369? I ain't heard from him. Let me go to his page. Oh, he is uploading, right? And then they start liking a post or two. Then what happens is they actually start showing up in your feed. So the way Instagram is working, it's similar to like YouTube. Now, YouTube doesn't give you videos based off of your subscriptions. Unless you go to the subscription tab, you can see what people upload in there, but they give it to you based off of what you've interacted with. So let's say on YouTube, you like to watch videos about business, but there's one video that caught your eye about an ant ripping off another ant's legs. Like it caught me the other day. I'm like, what? Like it actually looked like a pretty good movie. It was kind of interesting. But what happens is you'll see that all of a sudden that creator, their videos start to pop up on your home screen. Like, hey, maybe you might like this too, right? So the same thing is happening with Instagram, and even that the page where you get the most views, like the most popular screen and stuff like that. So what's happening is based off of your interactions on Instagram is based off of what you'll see. So no, all of the people that you have following you, they won't see your posts anyway unless they interact with you on a regular basis. So how would you get them to interact with you on a regular basis? One, you would interact with them. Two, you want to upload a lot all the time. You want to be very consistent in your upload to some degree. Some people are going to tell you need to upload once every day, twice a day, 3 times a day. Some people are going to tell you upload once a week, twice a week, upload 3 times a week, every other day. Some people are going to tell you don't have to upload so much, you can just use your stories, whatever. Now, here's the deal. Whatever you choose to do will work for you. If you want to upload a lot or if you don't want to upload a lot. That's the kind of mindset you have to have. So like if you want to be able to be successful on Instagram, one of the things you want to focus on first is the content. You want to focus on content and putting out information. See, if the algorithm is going to continue to change, and there's nothing you can do about that. So it's probably going to change again. Some tweak is going to go happen, in a couple months. Like I got a notification on my Instagram about some new tools that they wanted me to try out or whatever. And so I'm like, here we go again with the new tools or whatever the case is. And it's on my Instagram. I haven't even got a chance to play with it yet. But, they're going to constantly be doing things. So you can't do anything about that. But what you can do is you can focus on putting out valuable content on whatever consistent basis that you can. So you can use your stories when you're not using your feed or whatever the case is, but you want to just find a way to be consistent. If it's once a week, whatever it is that you do, or if you want to do 3 times a week or whatever the case is. You want to do 3 times a day? Well, do it and do it and make sure that you're not driving yourself crazy behind doing that. So it depends on what it is that you're trying to build on Instagram, but I highly advise you not to chase the algorithm and focus on building the content, because whatever the algorithm does, whatever happens, the thing that's also always going to be in the middle of the algorithms and stuff like that they change is going to be the content. It's going to be the value that you bring. So if you're constantly bringing value and constantly bringing a good content and things like that out, whatever it is that you think, it don't have to be like what everybody else thinks, but it can be something that's unique to you, like you sharing how you feel about something, what you think about something, whatever, just adding that value to people. Then what's going to happen, you're ultimately going to build an audience anyway, because you've become in a place where people know that they can come and get this information. So here's one of the first tips: is just don't chase the algorithm, chase the value, chase the content. Now we can talk about this all day long, but I want to give you just a few more tips, and we can make other videos about different things that also help. Now another thing to be mindful of if you're on Instagram is a lot of times people are trying to build, but they forget to have any type of system in place. So everybody's trying to get the likes and trying to get the follows and all these different things, and now Instagram is taking away the likes, right? So like, now what do you do? So now everybody's want to get the followers, and now people are trying to use the bots to show up in people's stories and stuff like that. They're going through so many different changes to try to make these things work. So now what happens is a lot of times people be building, especially people that are building these platforms where they're building at a fast rate by uploading like content that everybody's going to watch. Like it might be a video about, whatever's popular right now, or a post that's engaging. Like sometimes I put those posts out, but within my niche, and it does attract it does bring a big reach and does attract a lot of people to it. And so sometimes people, they may want to do that all the time, and repurposing content and taking like a Warren Buffett video or a video from Will Smith or something where he's giving motivational stuff, putting their page, so they know he gets a lot of people, and they'll be building these platforms up hard. Meanwhile, they have no system in place. So they have all these people coming to their platform, but they have no website or no system in place. So now for me, that's a mistake. So what happens is you want to be able to have some type of website or some type of form or something to where you can capture people and build like a list, right? Where people can put their email in, you probably did it, and they can stay connected to you for more content and things like that. The other thing is having a website or something. Listen, it doesn't have to be fancy, or if it's just a form where people can, contact you or whatever, you want to be able to have people that can connect with you off of that platform. Because see, for me, in building all that stuff, it doesn't, even if you're in the entertainment piece, if you're in comedy, trying to make people laugh, entertainment, I still think you should have this, because you actually can build an audience, and now you can actually have some control over how you communicate with your audience. Because then, like I said, on social media, you can put stuff out and people not even see it. But if you have like a list that you're building, then guess what? You're able to send them whatever you're doing. If you have a YouTube, whatever the case is, any social media platform, you're able to be able to like communicate with them outside of the platform, which also can bring more attention back to a post or a platform, whatever the case is. And so you don't have to spend a lot of money. It doesn't cost a whole lot. But if you want, you can just go to like Weebly.com, Wix.com, or even WordPress.com and get a site. And yes, you may have and you can build a site for free. You may have the free thing at the bottom of your site or whatever. Even MailChimp allows you to build a site. So like you may have that free temp thing at the bottom. All I'm saying is put something in place to capture people, because what's happening is you're building and bringing all these people in, and like I said, If they're not constantly engaging with your platform, then they won't see it. So you just kind of have a revolving door of people to where, you know, you're still getting the same amount of likes and stuff like that, but not you may be losing somebody because, you know, they were sick that week, so they forgot to like your stuff, and they come back on Instagram and they don't really see you, so out of sight, out of mind. And so having some type of system in place. Now, one of the free systems to use, like to capture people's emails, is MailChimp. Just listen, MailChimp is doing a whole bunch of stuff. It's a great platform. Just use it. Yes, you may have MailChimp at the bottom of your stuff. Just get started. Now, so here's the reason why I'm saying that, because a lot of times people pay a ton of money into stuff that haven't even been proven to work, or basically they'll just pay a lot of money and they haven't even made any money yet, right? So you're building these platforms up, and the thing is, you can build those platforms up, but the goal is to get paid from building up these platforms. If you're going to do all that work, don't do all that work for attention so you can look good and say, yeah, I got 50,000 subscribers, you know, I got 50,000 followers on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I got 100,000 likes on Facebook, right? And you ain't got no business, no way to make money from that or anything. I think that's a waste of time to do it for attention. So it's better for you to put some things in place, and then you can also start. And so, like, if you can't come up with a product, at least you can have like the form in place, for example, right? The place where, or a capture page where people can put their information. So when you do launch a product, you know, you can send it to people, or a service, or whatever the case is, because they follow you, this is your audience, etc. So don't just build a platform for attention. Build a platform and make sense out of the business side of it. So put those things in place. So if you're going to build hard, have some things in place. I can't tell you how many times where I've had someone to send me a message or to even call me because they actually put something out there online and it went viral, and they were not prepared. So they want the whole viral sensation thing to happen, and guess what? It happened, they weren't prepared. Kind of like Popeyes when the chicken sandwich came out at first, right? That chicken sandwich came out, and then, you know, they get all these people running to it, and then all of a sudden the quality of the chicken sandwich drops, and then they're not prepared to even handle, and they gotta shut down, right? Now, I mean, it may seem like it's okay, but that's bad for business. And so what you want to do is you want to have something in place at least. Because what happens if something you put out does go viral or gets a lot of attention? You want to be able to bring people to your platform, to who you're about, to your other social media, you know, whatever the case is. But you want to be able to capture people, information, people that really want to hear more from what you're doing or see more from what you're doing. So don't make the mistake to doing all this work on this side and you don't have something organized to help you build a business out of you trying to build this large following. Now, I have tons of Instagram tips that I want to get into, but for this video, I'm only going to talk about one more. And this next one is simple. Just be who you are. People are going to love you for you. Now, whoever don't love you for you, that's their loss, and it's okay. Everybody's not for everybody, and you got to be okay with that. So don't be afraid to use like your stories on Instagram to maybe show your wacky, you know, character. Like me, I'm silly. I love to laugh, you know, and so on my Instagram, on my stories, you're going to see like funny memes and stuff like that because, you know, I love to laugh. And so I don't have a problem sharing that with people. Or if it's a thought like I'm talking to you now, I can even take my story and do that. Or maybe like I'm just out somewhere nice, like especially when my family go out of town or something like that. I typically like to go to places, or we typically like to go to places where it's very peaceful. And I be on my stories all day long, just enjoying that peace, showing people like, listen, I know we hustling, but listen, this piece right here, this piece, you know, like I just like to show people different sides, you know, from time to time as much as I can. So don't be afraid to just be who you are, and don't be afraid to let people who don't really rock with who you are go, and let the people who love who you are or like who you are, let them come in. So be who you are, because if you're doing business with people, whatever the case is, guess what? They're going to get to know you anyway. So it's better they get to know you up front and know who you are, and then let them see the journey. That's a big mistake a lot of people don't like to do. They don't like to show people the journey of what they're doing and things like that. On all my social media platforms, you can see my journey. You can see where I was, you know, not doing as much to doing whatever. You can see how I've grown. It's all there. I haven't erased anything. And so don't be afraid to allow people to see the journey, because here's a secret. most people can't identify with success. That's what most people don't realize. Most people cannot identify with success, but most people can identify with struggle or the journey. Most people can identify with going through and the process of, or how to start and things like that. So don't be so quick to just show people the glitz and glamour after you had success. Show them, you know, the dump side. Show them the in the process side. Some stuff don't always have to be perfect. Let some stuff be unfiltered. You know what I mean? You know, if you got bumps on your face and stuff like that, or like I have eczema, so sometimes, you know, my skin breaks out for no reason. You know, I could just walk and the air could just smell dirty and my skin break out, or whatever the case is. But, you know, that's just me. That's who I am. So sometimes you may see a pimple on my face. Sometimes you may not. Sometimes it may look like, you know, I'm a little rough around the edges, and that's because, you know, it's just something I have to deal with. And I'm not afraid to put myself out there, and that's just who I am, right? So everything doesn't always have to be filtered. Sometimes things can be just as raw and uncut and pure, and that's very relatable because people can understand that. So I don't want to talk to you guys head off. Now you can stick around for more tips and tricks on different things on how you can, you know, build social media. I mean, be fulfilled in life. You know, listen, you know what my goal is? My goal is to, yes, help you build a business. But here's what I believe. I believe that God gives us different ideas for a reason. And a lot of times those ideas, they're not just going to be a blessing to us, but they're going to be a blessing to someone else. So a lot of times you see different problems and he gives you a solution for it. And so you can do that. You can be a solution-oriented person for people. You can share something that's going to change one person's life, and that person may change the world. That's kind of like a quote or something. Can't remember who said it. But simply understand that God can also give you different ideas and different things like that. And what he's giving you, if you take action now, get rid of fear, get rid of doubt, take action now, then it's going to help you later. Because there's some things that you may face later, and financially you may need to be prepared for. And if you build the business now, you may have the money to deal with, and it doesn't put your life at a halt. Trust me, I know what I'm telling you, because your boy has been there. Like, I know what it's like to not move as I should, and then down the line wish that I had moved. You know what I'm saying? So my goal is to help you, like, just enjoy your journey in life and building your business or building your brand, whatever you're trying to do, and also just having that fulfillment, but not necessarily losing, you know, everything else, like family, and losing the value of your life and things like that. So, but stick around, subscribe to this channel, like the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Deuces, peace.